Oh, hey. Good morning. How are y'all? So, AV good. We just need to say the visual was good, the audio not so much. Good morning. I just had to make sure you're awake. Y'all have missed everything. Just kidding. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. You're here with Chart Gal Lori, who's slightly blonde this morning, I believe. It is Wednesday, February 8th, 8:23 a.m. Eastern. I will officially get started in 7 minutes now. Okay, it all works. Sorry, I got the giggles. Hey, let's just get started. Yeah, early on the trigger is right, Night Truck. Okay, let's go back to AXS So, Carlos, I was saying the weekly chart looks great. We have a double top on the daily. We have a double top at 1237, 1233. 4 hours fine. Hourly, we're holding the EMAs, but we did get this big upper wick of profit taking. I would feel much more comfortable being a 15-minute bear looking for a lower high top fish against that daily double top at 1233 due to the size of this pullback. So we pulled back more than 75% of this move overnight, this push up. We've given back 75%. So then I go to my larger time frame chart. All right, what is the scenario? We have a let's just call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stops in this 1240 area. 7 stops. Well, that is a clear area to top fish, so I'm a much more comfortable bear than I am a bull on this. So sorry, I'm not giving you what you want. You want a 5-minute oversold or 15-minute oversold. I'm a much more comfortable bear. Hey. All right. I did say hello to everyone. Y'all are just gonna have to take my word for it, or do y'all want me to run down it again? Hey, Carlos, Night Truck Test, RJ, Sal, John, Mary, Ed, Wave, Rob. Hey, Sir Fernando, Homebody, Audrey. Hey, Topher, Akin, Corey. Hey, Tess, just making sure y'all were paying attention. Hey, Jorge. Hey, my girl, Tammy, Dustin, Ludovic, Robert. Hey, Ragu. I probably killed that. Hey, Marique, Corey, Marshall, Luke. Buongiorno. But you're here, Carlos. It's okay. Hey, Priyanka. Love that name. Michael, let's go back up. FRSX. Okay. This liquidity is not great. We had higher than average volume yesterday, 627,000. But 282,000 is the normal for a 70-cent stock. So that's like $215,000 traded in a day on average. I would say probably 33% of the room has that in their account, and they can move this stock wherever they wanted. So just remember that. Always look at liquidity and what kind of games are they playing. Are they attempting to play, I should say. Daily is in an uptrend, overbought. Hourly charts getting tight, holding the moving averages. Healthy right now, but again, please be careful. Okay, MNMD, psychedelic name. Had a big push up yesterday. Remember we talked about it yesterday? And this is the exact point in time right here where I said gap ups are for selling. Gap ups are for selling and gap downs are for buying, generally speaking. And boy, did that ever come to fruition. So we have an hourly tightening range. You have resistance at $4. You have support at $3.72. So inside this, we just have this tightening range. Daily high or low expected. Yesterday's candle did not turn out how bulls would have liked. The posse is back. Hey, Brian, good morning. Okay. And Corey, I'm assuming that's what you wanted. You typed MMND, but I'm assuming you wanted MNMD. Okay, sound for Priyanka. Possibly Carlos, possibly. All right. Sound is an AI name. We do have a gap to be cognizant of below at 313. 4-hour potential bear flag. Odds favor a daily higher low compared to 188. And that gap is at 313. I don't know what I just said. Again, I come on early so I can warm up. So we are looking for a daily higher low compared to $1.88. But man, what's it going to take to get there? I'm going to set my alert now for first hourly oversold. $338 and $333 are your supports. And your resistance from intraday yesterday, $394 and then $401. All right. Y'all ready to get started? I'm just reading all the comments. Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I don't know how to work an audio button, but I do know technical analysis. So I'm going to bring you some technical analysis today. We're going to go over indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, that would be lovely, at Chart Gal Lori. I only need 5 more followers to get to 4,400. Get me there, folks. You can check us out on chartguys.com. We teach technical analysis, and what I do here every morning is I show you my handy dandy table, which is overly tilted toward the bulls today. Doesn't mean it'll be a bullish day. And then I have my notes I typically reserve for TCG members only, but today I'm going to show you my notes. So we had a discussion yesterday in our room about the 0 DTEs. So that's the 0 days to expiration, and how the introduction of SPY and SPX 0 DTE every day of the week has created volatility. Let me see if I can show that to you quick. Oh, no problem, Night Truck. I see your message now. Okay. And if you've been here a while, you know I hate being read to, and I try not to do that to y'all. So I won't read this word for word, but 0 days to expiration, the volatility is lurking behind the scenes. Almost half of the options that are out there are 0 days to expiration. And when that happens, the market makers, so let me show you here. It's mostly due to speculators. In most cases, volume is important right before economic data releases, or as in yesterday before Powell speaks. Wall Street banks are on the other side of those trades, must hedge them. To do so, they buy or short the underlying index as it moves in favor of the options owner. So as 0 DTE option interest grows, they hedge larger amounts, and it exaggerates the moves to the market. Well, this has been happening, and I would need to go back and check the date, but from my recollection, it was right at the end of first quarter of 2022, we got those 0 DTEs, and it has changed my trading for the better. It's also brought about a ton of volatility. So if you want to know what was most likely cause of yesterday's action, from here to here to here to here, it was probably a lot of 0 DTEs, and those options are requiring the market makers to back those up with stock, either shorting or selling, and it's creating these wild fluctuations. So please be aware of that. If you're a newer trader, these are newer conditions that traders who have been trading for more than 5 years or 6, 7 years like myself, we haven't seen this environment before. So just know that that's different. All right. So I want to get started here. Every chart has 2 angles, potentially aggressive or conservative. So when you ask me about a chart, I typically will tell you this is the most comfortable trade setup I see, being an aggressive bear, a conservative bear, an aggressive bull, a conservative bull. Doesn't mean every chart has a setup. Not every chart has a setup. You have to bring your fishing pole to each fishing hole and fish your way. If you're a fly fisherman, you don't need to bring a cork to the hole. You're not going to know what you're doing, and vice versa. You bring your system to that chart, and if your system tells you there's a trade, then you decide, am I going to be aggressive or conservative with this trade? Aggressive meaning you're counter trend, or you're with the trend is conservative. So I kind of broke it down into 4 parts. Every chart has 2 angles, aggressive or conservative, with the trend or against the trend. Within a pattern, you enter either within a pattern or on a break of a pattern, and your entries or exits are either scaled in or out. So you either do it with a scale or with no scales. So this is what I would recommend as a beginner trader or someone struggling with consistent profits. This is what I recommend. If you came to me and you said, I'm struggling to just be profitable. There's a lot of psychological things you need to tackle, I'm sure of it. Other than psychological, these are the technical components that I would hammer home for you. If you see a setup, wait for the more conservative one. Don't be aggressive. Aggressive, in my opinion, aggressive trading is for traders who are experienced and know the market ins and outs, and they understand the risk and they can get out quickly. So stay with those conservative setups. Go with the trend. In my opinion, go with the trend. Can be scaled. Can be all at once or scaled. That's what I meant here. All right, sorry, I'm getting back. So I would say stay with the trend. And then your stop nearby. I think entering within a pattern is safer because typically your stop is close by. So if you're entering in an equilibrium, your stop, you can look for that next higher low for a long, for example, and your stop should be right below you. And that minimizes the risk. And entries, I would focus on one good entry. I think scaling in can be tough. It is so hard to add to winners. And that's what you should be doing. If you're going to scale in, you scale in and then you take your next scale once the trade starts going in your favor. But I would focus on one good entry. Entries are tough. So I think it's tough to say, okay, I'm going to enter here, I'm going to enter there, I'm going to enter here. Focus on one good location, good entry. Be patient for it. And your exits, unless you have a commission issue, my minimum scale out would be 2. So if you have options and you only have one, or futures and you only have one contract, that's not possible. But in general, if possible, I would say break up your exit to at least 2 scales. Once you go into profit, exit partial. And then once it reaches target or you stop out, you exit the last part. So every morning I try to bring you as many nuggets as possible. And some of it I revisit, I regurgitate, reinforce. I'm just trying to help where I can. So I thought those are some tips for today. Maybe focus on going with the trend, trading within a pattern. Take that conservative entry and always focus on getting that one good entry and then scale out your exits. All right, Hang Seng was down 0.07 overnight. DAX is up 0.94. I'm going to move my notes over here so they can keep me on track. So as we can see here, we're definitely more slanted toward the bulls than we are the bears. One big thing is sticking out to me. Y'all know I always like to find the liar in the bunch. Which one of these items is not lining up with the rest? It's bonds. Bonds, let's look at this 4-hour. This is a potential 4-hour bear flag. Bonds and indices have totally become disconnected. Totally disconnected. Typically, bonds and equities move in tandem. They are not moving in tandem. Bonds are weak. So while the market was really recovering in such a strong way yesterday, the bonds were not. That was notable. Dollar, let's see. Let me see if I can show you. So yesterday morning, if you look, 1 minute, 1 minute. 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 This is yesterday at 8:17 my time. Dollar is screaming higher here, approaching 104 psychological resistance. It's in an area with very, very little resistance until 105.63, 8:17 a.m. Okay, so in the 15-minute, 8:17 a.m. Can y'all see this down here? When I slide over here, I want you to look at the time. I typed that at 8:17, and at 8:15, we could probably go in the details. I probably typed it right at 8:17. This high was reached when the dollar could not get over 104 resistance. That marked the temporary bottom to the market. That was significant. I told you yesterday, dollar is the most important chart to the market, and it continues to prove itself. And look at the dollar bouncing on the 15-minute, and we are seeing market weakness creep in. So just know that the dollar chart is going to be important today. We're looking for an hourly lower high here on this bounce, and then that could bring a bounce to the market. If we reject here at 103.405 and pull back on the dollar, that could be bullish for equity. So just please keep the dollar chart in mind. It's not something you have to always keep your eye on. I keep it up on another screen just because I want to know where we are. It really gives me great clues to the market. All right, ES. Anybody gets motion sickness in yesterday's market action with Powell? So 4 hour, we have plenty of room for a higher low. So on the dollar, we're expecting an hourly lower high. On ES, we're expecting a 4 hour higher low. Plenty of room for a higher low. How healthy has this consolidation been? Completely healthy. Do you see that? Over 41.53.75 keeps the potential bull flag alive. Very healthy. Super healthy. Nothing wrong yet. Emphasis on the word yet. And we have Fed Speaker Williams speaking at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Okay, sorry about that water bottle. That was really noisy. So on the next bounce, the question is, will we have an hourly lower high compared to 417925 on the next bounce? We'll have to open to see. I would say based on yesterday's extreme volatility, I would let the first 15 minutes just shake out. Let it shake out and let the market find its footing, because it's probably seasick or has motion sickness as well. All right, NASDAQ. NASDAQ 4 hour higher low, the more likely scenario. Consolidation is super healthy. Look how far above it is over 1268, 125. This consolidation is healthy, potential 4 hour bull flag. Nothing wrong with it. Not one thing. Look at these hourly EMAs. As long as price is above that, bulls are in control. RTY. RTY has lost the hourly EMAs. RTY is weaker than our other two major indices. And we've given back almost 45% of yesterday's big move. So RTY would be my top fish choice of the Fab 4 indices because it's been weaker. YM's holding on by a string here, potential 4 hour bull flag. No major issues here. Hi Sam, how are you? All right, VIX. VIX has a potential 4 hour bear flag. That is good for the market. And you can go through here. All of these things are checked off. I have potential 4 hour bear flag for VIX. That's bullish for the market. US 10-year is bullish. So this is the other item that's might be telling a lie. Let's go highlight it. The US 10-year. I have a point for the bears here because US 10-year is holding up just fine. 4 hour clear uptrend. That's typically a headwind for NASDAQ, but NASDAQ bulls are shaking it off. They're doing the Taylor Swift shake it off. All right, we went over that. Bitcoin, 4 hour uptrend. No major issues. It has retraced a lot more than indices. So is Bitcoin telling us that there's incoming consolidation on the indices? Because now we anticipate a 4 hour lower high on the next bounce. So that could be a trade, by the way. If you wanted to short Bitcoin, you could look for a top fish against yesterday's high on BITI if you don't trade on the crypto exchanges. But a 4-hour lower high is the more likely scenario. That's slightly bearish for the market. So let's check that off. I'm going to uncheck this. We have a 4-hour uptrend, but a 4-hour lower high is more likely. Oh, that's not going to change color because I didn't hit the push thing. But we know what we're talking about. Bitcoin, US 10-year, and bonds. Those are the items lining up for market bears. Gold. Gold made a run for it when the dollar started pulling back, but on this little dollar bounce, gold's giving it all back. We hit 1885.20, so we lost that hourly higher low. We lost it. I would call it a double bottom at this point, but if you wanted a top fish, I would say a top fish in gold makes the most sense, and that's the more conservative play. An aggressive bull is looking to buy against 1877, or I would say a conservative bull is looking to buy that, looking for that weekly higher low. But I would be more comfortable being a bear and shorting against 1898. Hey, KK. All right, if you could hit that like button, that would be stellar. All right, oil is charging higher. No shame in its game whatsoever. We're still looking for a daily lower high. 4-hour running into this 50 MA. We have inventory today at 10:30 Eastern. So this is a trade idea, but I'd be real careful with it. Possibly top fishing this 78.44. I would be careful because we have inventory today, and it's holding these 30-minute EMAs like a boss. All right, Nat Gas. Nat Gas, we have a 4-hour uptrend. 2423 is your 4-hour higher low. We still have a potential daily bear flag. So bulls have not changed that fact. 4-hour uptrend, yes. But they have not changed the overall fact that we have a potential daily bear flag looming overhead. Getting a pretty big pullback here. Coming up on the hourly 50 MA, it held as support back here. Will it do it this time? All right, Apple. Y'all look at that. These hourly moving averages are holding price just fine. No big deal whatsoever. So Apple looks great. On my notes for Apple, I have daily uptrend, overbought, 4-hour EQ. The tighter we go, potential 4-hour bull flag looks super strong. 155.22, 155.23. Those are your levels to beat to confirm the 4-hour bull flag. I wanted to show you something. Let's see if I can. I don't want to hide my labels. So, do y'all see these orange triangles here, right here? I'm going to shake my. Let me see. Right here. Do y'all see these? Oh, that didn't work. I'm trying to use this epic pen and it's been an epic failure. One more time because I'm hard-headed. Do y'all see that little orange triangle right there? That is where I have my alerts. Riot has been trading in a crazy technical way, just rejecting at the exact levels. Look at this. How many top fish are they going to allow right there? Do you see that? Very, very technical. So I took the liberty of saying, okay, if you're going to do that, I'm going to take advantage of it. Look at all these alerts that I have set on Riot. Y'all, alerts are your friend. Alerts are the cheapest trading hack that you can bring to a chart. Look at these alerts I have on MARA. Set your alerts. It is a cheap trading assistant and it really greatly improves my trading. So just a tip, MARA as well has been trading very technical, so set those alerts and possibly get some shorts or bottom fish. All right, back to my charts. Amazon. Okay, Amazon is on the struggle bus, daily lower high, still the more likely scenario. It held on to that 21 EMA just fine, but man, has this just been a dumpster fire, relatively speaking, considering how green it was, the market was yesterday, and Amazon closed red. What a shame. So it needs to get over 102.74 to get over the Great Wall of Louisiana, otherwise known as the hourly 50 EMA. And by the way, if you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation. NVIDIA, daily bull flag confirmed. So on this one, the conservative play is just wait for first 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours, not during extended hours. Raging bull, Tesla, 198.17, 199, 199, 200 is the level. And bears will be waiting. They will be waiting at 199 and 200. If we break that level, I would expect a pop because we should hit a lot of stops. We're holding the 4-hour 8 EMA like a champ. I'm not saying that we're going to fall down. I think as long as Tesla keeps providing us top fishing opportunities at 198, 199, 200, keep taking them until it stops working. Baba. Baba introduced AI. They had an announcement. They have an AI bot. They're pulling back from that announcement. This could be a pullback buy. I actually like it for a pullback buy. High of yesterday, 107.35. And then your next resistance, 105.75. Let's see how far this pulls back. This trade idea is actually going to be busted. That's too far of a pullback. Okay, forget that one. FDX. And you may get some volatility, so maybe keep it on your radar if you're a ninja. FDX. FDX had some type of announcement back here. I forget what it was, but potential daily bull flag. So we have a gap down here at 204.06. If we were to fill that gap, we would still be a potential daily bull flag. I measured it earlier, 204.48. And so 204.06 is where your gap is. Man, if we could fill that gap, that would be lovely. And do y'all see this alert here? I have an alert for that area. I want to dip by FDX if it gives me an opportunity for a potential long for a daily bull flag. JPM. We have a resistance over here of 143.93. Yesterday we broke it by 41 cents. That's still a double top in my book. So I like a top fish against either 144.09 or 144.34. JPM has been strong. Don't be pig-headed about it. So let's see, 104, 144. So I have my alert set there for 144 for a potential top fish. Microsoft continues its leg up on that AI news. First 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours could provide a back burner opportunity. So I'm going to set my alert. You like net, Mary? I think you need a support group for your net obsession and NVIDIA obsession. I'm just kidding. It filled the gap. Yep, it filled the gap, so that's good. Gap is filled. On the next bounce, bears will be waiting for a daily lower high compared to 65.51. Good morning. Hey, awesome. Hey, Norma in Mexico. Yeah, semis are definitely just been super short, super strong. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to wrap it up. If you could give me a follow on Twitter at ChartGalLori, I'd greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button before you exit the door. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you for being here in TCG Years. I will see you in the room.